than he had from 2020 to now, and he is keeping up with Cold. He is staying together with his teammate. The chemistry is looking amazing, and I am honestly incredibly impressed with how they've been performing.
Look, Courage is an OG, all right? This guy has been around competitive play for a very, very long time. And I can just, you know, we definitely appreciate that he's been putting in that work, and it shows. Like, obviously, when the camera comes on, he's gonna be Courage, right? Loud, funny, gonna make you, you know, laugh every single time. But when that bus launches and he jumps out, it's serious time.
No, I mean, we saw it from even 2 weeks ago. He immediately started practicing as soon as we saw I think he got a little nervous when he saw that Cole, you know, the reigning Major 2 champ, was announced. And he wanted to bring the energy that we're seeing right now to all of you, to prove to not just himself, but to everyone that, yes, I might have been the second place Fortnite first Pro-Am, but I'm here again, and I haven't dropped anything.
It's what you love to see from the 2018 Pro-Am second place, now once again here in 2025. He talked about eating 12 bananas. He talked about the push-ups. Maybe it's these routines that are helping him out, but all we know is we've got 2 games left, and they've got to make it happen.
Dude, I don't even know how this ends, right? Again, with moment to moment, this could change. This could be mad chaotic. I mean, I'm still, you know, where is Clix and Lacey, right? We kind of saw that last game. Lacey did kind of get picked off, kind of got cornered there for a situation, but Clix is still being Clix, right? This is still looking like Major 2 Clix.
Alex and Hartfield,
you cannot
both
put anybody out of the competition.
Likes.
We saw what Peterbot and Ozzy just did. They went from 7th to 2nd place, almost first in a single match. They're still in the top 10.
Alex,
all they need
dude.
is one good game again, and they are more than capable.
You're getting close to 1,000.
Yeah, still being in 7th place right now. I mean, if you look at the points, they're about 18 points below, which is obviously a big chunk. But we know that Clix can really lock in. We've seen Clix go for those W key games. So I definitely think there's a possibility of them to jump up the leaderboard, just get a few more elims and points, and set themselves up in the top.
I'm curious, do we think that with 2 games left to go, I mean, clearly the competition is fierce.
Restart the game?
Do we just... We're landing on them. We want to win. Let's take them out. And then suddenly, we're feeling like that invitational once again.
Thank you very much.
If everyone changes up their drop spots, then no one changes up their drop spots, right? I don't know if that just kind of makes everything.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it. Okay, Alex kicked it off, kind of splitting up with where Loser Fruit was dropping. So maybe, you know, in the last game, I don't know if this next one, but maybe the last match of the day, we'll see something interesting.
How have you guys been enjoying this? I mean, this is just so...
He also won a game,
crazy
though,
too,
too,
is like
Alex.
no 2 games have felt like the same, and sometimes in the FNC forget that, right? It's
he
like,
also
oh,
won
high ground
a game.
win, okay, high ground win, oh, low ground win, you know, and it's similar, but this is just like, you look over and you're like, okay, I guess Peterbot just has a mythic pulse, I don't know.
I mean, we keep talking about these practice games, and what we saw was a lot of heal-off potential, and I think a lot of these players initially in games 1 and 2 had a lot of heals going into the end game, but I think they're starting to realize that this is more, I don't think we've actually seen a heal-off just yet. It's been way more aggro.
I honestly thought there was going to be more heal-offs, especially looking at the practice games from yesterday. It's what I thought might happen, but we haven't seen that. Even Cooper and Zemi in the first match were saying, Cooper said, you know what, we don't even need to go high. Let's just drop low. We'll get more eliminations. We'll get more opportunities, and it's working out for them so far.
Pull strat one, that was game. You knew that.
So good right now. I also did want to highlight in the last game, we got to finally see Thomas HD and Somerset. Thomas HD with that gold mammoth in hand, and I thought, guys, this is it. Game over, but it's a very difficult competition overall, right? I thought it was just going to be put a mammoth in Thomas HD's hand, but bro, there's just so much talent literally every single corner of this map. With 2 games left to go, anything can happen.
100%. I mean, Peterbot and Alex were tied for the most eliminations. 3rd place, it was Thomas HD with that mammoth in hand. We saw him hitting his shots, getting those eliminations. Now, unfortunately, they didn't make it as far into the end game as they would have liked, but hey, you still got 2 matches left. You can still make it happen.
Yeah, that one shot onto Shota and then almost eliminating Koyota as well was absolutely phenomenal. And that's what we expected out of Thomas HD, especially with the Mammoth. You know that Vivid was very excited when he saw that in Thomas HD's hands. But like you said, they're so good at the early and mid game, but being able to kind of control this end game, which is so much more chaotic than the normal FNCS, which is affecting both of them, honestly, Thomas HD and Somerset. I'm more used to that standard mode, but I'm used to some more Fortnite.
Yes, let's go. Game number 5 is ready. So casters, back over to you.
Game number 5, here we go.
Thank you so much. And with 2 games left, one of the biggest things I've noticed while looking at that leaderboard, this isn't as elimination heavy as we thought it was going to be. It's come down to straight consistency throughout these 4 games.
You say that, but when Peterbot and us here in the lobby, especially Peterbot, eliminations might actually be the real recipe for success, but we got game 5 ready to go.
Who do I think is going to win? Let's go Zemi. Zemi and Cooper. I think they're going to win their second game. No one's won 2 games. It's been a different guy each time.
To last chance to figure out a way to make up for lost time when it comes to that leaderboard. You go ahead and find yourself in a situation to where you can take more chances, get a little bit more aggressive.
So you're going for typical
figure out a way to close that gap with eliminations. Because Taco, it's been the 10th zone more times than not that has been granting the placement points because teams just won't go down.
But if you think about it, with Cooper and Zemi leading by just 3 points on that leaderboard in the penultimate game before today's final lobby,
Zemo, whatever.
That's a lot of pressure, Jacob. Even for a seasoned competitor like Cooper and Zemi, it's still just so much bearing down on their shoulders. But they've got to see it through.
Yeah, especially if you're in first place, trying to play your game calmly, cool, collected. And then you just see the name in the feed lighting up with eliminations. It's almost going to force some teams to get more and more aggressive. Contested drop, though, this time around. Veno does look like he was getting aggressive over towards the building base.
Veno there?
Onto Podesai and Nikov.
It's kind of weird.
Nate Hill's in the distance as well. And these are the type of strategy I expected to see. Game 5, Veno is able to land a good shot, but he is going to go down.
Yeah.
We already saw Reddish at Steamy's stack, so we know where he's going to get rebooted at.
For a moment, it seemed like that was going to be turned on its head there for Podesai, but Nikov still had the backup necessary just in case things went south. And now Frenchie's just looking to try and ensure that they have Ruben base completely locked down. Veno dropping back in though. Probably just happy about the fact that he wasn't beamed out of the sky like we've been witnessing so often here today.
Yeah, and I've already saw on the feed, we got Mongrel, Ollie going down respectively.
She doesn't want that combat,
There's just so much action going down. Let's jump into
I think the combat's better than attack.
Nice. Oh my! What happened? Oh my god! I got the luckiest thing ever!
You got the mythic chest.
Okay, nice. Oh my god!
Wow. He got the exotic chest.
My gosh. Is that like a 0.00001% chance to get every exotic in that one chest? They gotta be the ones to look at for this game.
Not even 1 in a million, like 1 in a billion odds there, it seems like, Jacob. But that is everything. Just completely dropped at Reason's feet. Him and Faxity have got to pop off this lobby. There will never be a clearer sign that this is your game. And remember, Faxity said it himself earlier when we were talking to him. We're gonna bring home at least one. Please let it be this one.
This is their best chance with the loot that they have, as Alex just getting aggressive time and time again, fresh off the reload, but he gets taken down yet again. Loser Fruit barely have gotten enough time to reload back into this game before Alex going down. They're just kind of hoping, they're praying that they got some sort of landing spot to go ahead and land at, and then maybe they can worry about.
I don't think Cypher's gonna win.
Reboot. She's going fresh after Loser Fruit.
Cypher needs to worry about not being in last place.
She might have even alerted Flakes and Gone that their prey has now been fully intercepted. They're gonna opt to just prioritize farming up a little bit of material, taking a moment to pause here, really scope out the scenery. But a little look back, seeing what's taking place with Ronaldo and Cypher. PK completely cornered by Kanata and Ron.
Cypher
a real strong
goes down.
tag team effort.
Yeah, and you see that box was literally on fire. There was no way.
Alex, thank you for the 2,000 likes.
Trying to stay alive, get these reboots. But this is the last place on
Cypher
this entire island I would want to try to stay alive to get the reboots, because Cypher is getting the Ollie A treatment.
But Cypher will manage to escape Peterbot for the time being. How much longer, though? Aussie just gonna continue the conversation instead of pick up where Pete left off. That's some heads-up awareness from his duo mate.
Ozzy takes
and
down
that's the kind of chemistry that we've been witnessing come out really strong for Ozzy and Peterbot at times. And Jacob, 5th matchup, 3 points away. I cannot emphasize on it enough because that is such an easy striking range.
You should be
Only
able to.
3 eliminations, and they've already got like 2.
Yeah, right now, you started as a 3-point game, like you just said. Well, guess what? It is literally a 1-point game, barring if Cooper and Zemi don't got elims, as Moxie lands a good shot onto Ozzy, but it's Peterbot, the one you have to worry about. He dives straight in, gets the elimination, and he's just showboating yet again. Peterbot is putting on a show today.
This is where that mental fortitude's got to come into play for some of our competitors when Peterbot is just non-stop emoting on everybody's body. And Savage, he might be next in the lineup if he's not careful, but it's Mr. Savage after all. He's going to have a little bit of bite back. Pete's got to be wary. He can't just openly aggress into Savage's box. He might even shift his focus towards Savage's duo mate. Locky, he's got to stay closer to where Savage is at. Peterbot from overhead. Peterbot cracks Savage's shields entirely. Peterbot knocks Savage, and that's just another elimination added up.
Oh, he got a gold mammoth
said, I thought you retired. Maybe let me lend you a hand going back on over there. Lachlan just trying to stay alive. Like I said, this is the last place you want to be a solo trying to keep your team alive because they're going to see it. They're going to jump. Now they're pouncing on the Lachlan. They know Savage just got rebooted. He is on the clock and time is definitely ticking.
But it doesn't even matter what's happening here for Lachlan and Mr. Savage. More importantly still, Cooper and Zemi. You've got to be panicking a little bit. You're watching that lead get completely flipped upside down because Peterbot and Ozzy are just relentless. They are farming Lachlan and Savage, and one more elimination off of Lachlan. Peterbot with 4 already. There's got to be some form of a disengage, but Savage, he'll meet his end.
Locky and Savage are out of the game now.
And that might actually be the best case scenario, though, for Zemi and Cooper.
100% best case scenario, because now there's nobody to farm out of the sky. And just like that, Peterbot and Ozzy have a 2-point lead over the competition and are not looking to slow down yet. Ozzy looking over, seeing that team building up on top
3,000 likes from Alex. Thank you very much, Alex.
And he's just sharing up that information and letting him decide where they want to push next.
Never count out Clix and Lacey, though. They might want to be the first team to possibly repeat Victor Royale 2 on the day. And I like the fact that they're playing with so much patience. They don't need to do anything reckless. They've scouted out that Lucifer and Alex are on the bridge. And now, while Lucifer's trying to take this opportunity to heal, Alex left by himself. He's going to have to play support. He's going to have to try and prevent Clix and Lacey from pushing them entirely. And he's done enough. That's all he was really after, was just keeping Lucifer safe.
Yeah, because you don't want to get stuck. This is 5th zone. This is the danger zone for when you want to start to position, maybe not take those risky fights, because if you go down, get reloaded back into this game, there's almost nowhere for you to land, or nowhere safe at that. Especially for 7th zone, that's when reboots will be disabled. As Thomas, Somerset, 5 eliminations. A good portion of those were on NECA at 30, as Reddish is now taking her share of that point gain, taking him down yet again. They're just trying to take that slow rotation. Even with launch pads around, they know it's too risky to expose yourself with the mammoths, the snipers, and how dangerous so many players are with their aim.
Hold it.
Now, I like this from Thomas, just taking a lower elevation, using some of that natural map terrain, but when you see these pre-existing builds heading up toward the high ground, gotta be really careful. You never know what might be waiting for you. And Coyota actually gonna be the one with that mythic. We'll sorry this because dangerous scenes here, but Coyota doesn't get the opening shot he was hoping for. Shota now gonna look to try and back up his duo mate. Coyota trying to give chase, but he's just getting blocked off even from his own shots.
He was able to land one shot, but just a little bit too late. Somerset's there. They're trying to alleviate some of that pressure, and he's being so quick and predictive, trying to capture off guard, but no, it's Thomas that takes the big shot. Luckily for him, already pre-popped the legendary slurp juice, so the shield's going to take some time to get back on up, but it's well on its way. Playing defensive from one end, but it's forced to leave Somerset in a 1v2 situation versus Coyota and Shota. But this is great work by her, playing defensive, making sure it's not going to be a free push, which allows her to reunite with Thomas.
thing that Thomas kind of scoped out is Cold and Courage. They were just constantly spraying into where Thomas and Somerset were at. They're not going to allow them to key any further towards Koyota and Shota. It's just not safe. It's not worth the risk. Thomas knows better. And he's going to opt to just fall back, wait for the lobby to kind of settle in a little bit deeper into the zone.
And that's a scary box fight if you end up against Koyota. One of the few weapons in the game right now with that mythic charge shotgun that can actually hit a one pump. So you have to be careful, because that could have been a much different situation. Veno, Reddish, still going around the outskirts of the map towards the outside, finding a lot of the different barrels that are left behind. The bigger the barrel, the more the HP, and that's something they're going to utilize in open water.
This is very familiar scenes, though, for Veno. He loves his dead side rotations, and it's a good heads-up play. You want to stay away from where so much of the attention is being drawn more towards that center zone, and with the way that they're basing up on a little bit of elevation, they might even have a great opportunity to kind of just pick off some other late straggler rotating teams.
Cooper and Zemi right here.
Now the 6th zone. 50 seconds and it will begin to close. So it's about 2 minutes, Taco, to reboots, or you can see in 45 seconds they're going to start to be disabled because it's already closing. Lacey's feeling the pressure. Now is not the time to go down. Ozzy's even pickaxing, trying to take control of these pieces. They know danger is looming around any one of these corners, and as soon as they drop down, they start to feel that feeling of safety, but it doesn't slow down. They're the focus of the lobby as of now.
They're barely getting just the smallest opportunities to try and restore some of that shield that clicks. Lazy, they're just going to shockwave now. They're going to take their odds, just catapulting themselves further, but the lobby is not letting up. Click's so incredibly low. Lacey cracked as well.
Like,
Queasy on the other end of things, but
Blake,
he sees the white ticks. He wants to keep barreling them with pressure, and Click's Lazy, they are just at their wits' end. They're practically out of material. If anybody else even spots out the fact that they're under so much heavy fire, they might just look to steal this one away from the rest of the lobby.
I got to admit, it was Reason and Factory. They have that exotic red eye, which means there's explosive damage, destroying a lot of those builds, which kind of started that lobby focus in general. Bad luck for Clicks and Lazy, because now they just have very, very few materials.
They need a refresh.
Disabled. They're going to need an important elimination if they're looking to get back into this game. Kanata, Stable, Ronaldo looking through these cones, trying to figure out when and where they have to rotate. They spot out Faxity and Reason. They don't even know the treasure trove they behold right above them.
That's a good hold, though, by Faxity, not allowing those floors to get fully chopped out. Kanata and Ron, they're going to have to default to a different strategy, and that might just be crash padding forward, trying to make sure they stay closer towards that front side. So many of our teams, though, have just been kind of duking things out in the low ground here, Jacob. And Clicks, Lacy, they're going to have to be a part of that because they need a refresh, probably more than everybody else that's still left standing right now.
Yep, 3 builds split between the 2 players. Hooper, Zemi already starting to rotate on over. There's a couple of chances here for Clicks and Lacy to start to get aggressive, but they're just waiting to catch somebody off guard. A nice maybe 200 damage, and it's Ozzy, the ones that looks like they're going to pounce on him first. Peterbot already made his way on out, and now he's going to be by himself because they go ahead and take down Ozzy and get the loot they desperately need to stay alive.
But it's just not enough material. Lacy still has 0 builds to work with, and there are shots coming in from every direction. They're just playing a little bit too close towards that backside of zone. Teams know that this is an injured duo. They are not healthy enough to keep pressing forward, but Jacob, he's lost in the fray. Cammy gonna be the only one left standing now at that duo, and Thomas with that mammoth pistol trying to see if he can take somebody else's head off.
This is where you really have to be careful and thoughtful of your shockwaves and your crash pads, because someone just like this is gonna deal so much damage just like that. Queasy just gets deleted out of the sky, and their chances for high ground go out the window because it looks like it's Thomas HD and Somerset's turn to claim it as their own.
And Thomas all too happy to take over, but that's where things went south for Jacob. Just beam from the sky. No rotation is safe when you've got somebody like Thomas on high ground with that mammoth. But look at Faxity and Reason. Reason said he's feeling lucky, but he's gonna need more than luck to make his way up this hill face. Thomas, Somerset already beat him to the punch. Peterbot, no Aussie, but Peterbot, he's been here before, Jacob, and the last time we saw him, he managed to make it work.
With only 2 shockwaves, though, all that's left, that's his primary rotation to make it from point A to point B. But he does have Blue Pump and the Gold Mammoth.
Nick 30
One pump
still
around any corner, just like that. Nick at 30 is going to go down. Another point for that elimination, but this is now top 10. Now every team that goes down, you get placements.
But Seti, Daya, they were just sneaking their way up the hill face. Somerset Thomas too distracted. They're dealing with Peterbot right in front of them. Somerset crash padding up. Typical Gamer nearly getting taken out. Typical Gamer actually going to force Somerset to drop ultimate low. No, she's going to try to go back up to her height, but Booga, he's already got control. Booga and Typical Gamer now fully taking over the high ground, and they got to deal with Pete in the middle of it.
He's ready to challenge. Solo, teammate, he's somebody that's willing to go and risk it all for what he wants. But Booga, TG, you see they're running out of builds. It's Typical Gamer taking the charge, leading the IGL, the tarping, but in comes Peterbot yet again, taking down the shields of Booga, but he is limited with his resources, only 3 builds, so he can't break down and do an all-out fight.
All the while, Seti Daya in the low ground. This could be the optimal position because the heavy work is being done for them. The lobby is thinning itself out. Kanata might even be able to find another knock. No, he needs the refresh more than ever. Podesai spotted out the wood box, not going to keep him safe for much longer, but Kanata forced to close off the wall. Scouts that it's Cooper and Zemi in the low ground, cutting him off, stealing that loot away from him.
Cooper and Zemi finally getting eliminations. They're playing towards that consistency. We know throughout the course of this game, Peterbot and Ozzy have taken away that first place, but there's still 6 teams that need to go down, which is 6 placement points, and he has that mythic charge shotgun, 1 pump potential for him. Peterbot, he's gotten a little bit of arsenal, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 1v1 versus Kanata. No siphon, no matters. Both of them go down.
Peterbot making sure that Kanata goes with them. Typical Gamer still on height with Booga, but Daya, Seti, they're still up and kicking. Reason, Faxity to the high ground. Reason, Faxity seem like they want to be the ones to take over height. The challenge is a success. They're now on top.
Typical Gamer
stuck in the
mid-ground.
Everybody getting trapped inside the castle here at Fort Crumpet. And Typical Gamer will fall.
Goes down.
That might have been over 4 million different timelines looking through, but this might be the one where Faxity, a late entrant into the competition, could come out, but he's having a couple of hiccups from up, down, left, right. His HP's out the window, but Cooper staggering himself back. His only chance was left of the Chug Jug. He has to figure out a way in because he's the only solo left versus Seti and Daya. Faxity and Reason, the 2 strong duos, but they run into Cooper. He goes down. Reason is the one that's firing down from above. Hail and Brimstone with that red eye.
That's not fair.
God, Faxity and Reason, they just need to close it. Final blow, and Seti and Daya, they are out of here. Reason and Faxity, this is your moment.
That's awesome.
This is your victory royale.
That's awesome.
The brothers are on top. You said it yourself. He guaranteed one. And that guarantee, that prophecy has just been fulfilled. We need to feel and see how they're feeling with Frankie.
There's one more game left.
Why are you saying sorry to Reason, Faxity?
He told me don't do anything stupid, and I died.
A Mother's Day dinner with my mama.
You got nervous. But Reason, you got the victory royale!
Fucking go, man. Oh, I'm so happy. That was a nice win, but I told Fax don't do anything stupid, and he just jumps off height. By the way, Fax, you want to say it?
What happened? Oh, shout out to Mar. We love you, bro. If you're watching from home, thank you. We're trying to win for you, bro.
Yeah, and he is going to give you all of his prize money. He told me that earlier this week. Now stand up, boys, so everyone can see you, please, because everyone in the Galen Center obviously wants to give you their support right now. Reason, what was your reaction when you found out you were going to be playing with this man?
I mean, I was happy. I like him. He's good. It was fine.
And has he taken you by surprise? I mean, you just got a victory royale. You've only been playing together for a couple of days.
No, he's been playing good. He's actually been playing good. I've been advising him a bit. He's good now.
And in fact, I have to say, one of the highlights of this entire event has just been watching your shenanigans on the internet. But you're showing you can also put your money where your mouth is because you're here with me right now. Have you got anything to say to people at home watching, supporting you?
I appreciate you guys. We're going to try to win last game as well. Let's keep doing what we do.
Do you think you can? Yeah, of course you can.
Shout out to Germany, shout out to all my viewers, and nur der HSV.
Danke schön.